Okay, that's been sorted. Let me just sort that out. Okay. That should be fixed now. Oh no. One sec. Wow. It's going very well right now, isn't it? Fantabuloso. Is that too loose, maybe? Okay. Right. Okay. Now, that should be sorted. Apologies about that. For some reason, the stream was showing portrait only instead of landscape. And quite frankly, I don't want that. So, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Hello. So, in case you don't know, my Patreon officially got launched this week, which is so exciting. I am filming via my phone because I could not find my webcam. I do not know where I've put it. It's probably in the abyss of art supplies, but we are sat up at my new desk today, and this line art you can actually get on my Patreon and on my Discord at the moment, so that you can play around and colour along if you wish to. If there is any issues, please give me a shout and we will get that all sorted. But anyway, how is everyone today? How are you? Yeah, so the line art is actually done digital. So I will be saving the line art for a digital speed paint for the Patreon. And then I printed this out, and this is on watercolor paper. So this is going to be fun. Also, apologies if you do hear some notifications in the background. I have my music on here so that we can all listen to some very lo-fi music and relax. But I hope you are all doing well. Hello. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I really do enjoy drawing prickles and fam. Edit. All right. I don't want to. I'm going to mute myself because I do not want to hear myself speak. Hello. Hello. Hi. How is everyone? Hi. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be so much fun. But so this is the line art I did as part of a launch of the Patreon. And then these little guys that you see here are the images that I did for the Kickstarter, for the Patreon. I keep saying Kickstarter because I'm launching a Kickstarter later this year already. You've got the art for the wildflower tears, as you can see. This is for people who pledge $2 or more. You've also, this is for the greenhouse tier. As you can see, it's little prickles. And this is for those who pledge $10 or more. This is for the botanists tier. This is for those who pledge $25 and higher. And as for this is for the plant witch tier, and this is the finalized illustration for those who pledge $50 or more. There is going to be new stickers launched exclusive to the Patreon every single month. Anyone who pledges any of the physical rewards will get these. So that's £25 and $25 and higher. The $10 will get digital downloads, and the $2 will see all the behind scenes access as well as videos. So the whole idea is that the Patreon is there to kind of support me, because I'm officially full-time freelance, and the Patreon is kind of there just so that people can support if they want to. No one's under any obligation, but if you have any questions, just give me a shout. But I think we've done enough chatting. I hope you are all very well. I'll show you some sneaky stuff in my sketchbook in a bit as well. I'm just going to do some quick posts online very quickly, because we're currently using my phone to film. Ooh. Ooh. But how have you all been this week? Have you been all very good? Have you been looking after yourselves? Been making sure that you've drink enough water. I know the weather in England has been... Yeah, on the Instagram. Hi. Yeah, I've not done Instagram Live for a long time. I stopped doing live videos and live streams a lot just because my health can be a little bit to and from. I have this thing of like when I'm really, really tired, I really struggle with speaking. And so like my word, to me, it sounds like my words are coming through like a speech jammer. So I got really uncomfortable live streaming for a while, and I'm at a better place than I have been for a while. It's alright, but it's just one of those. You've been sick. Oh no! Oh no! I hope you get well soon. And you're working on the new video, Darkest Ravens Designs. Oh wow! Can't wait to see what you do. It's so nice to see you as well. Hello. Okay. All right. So the equipment that we'll be using today, we'll be using my good old trusty, beautiful WA. I've also brought in some oohoo markers. Oohoo. Oohoo. And as well as that, I brought in some watercolor palettes to get some texture on top. You're working on your portfolio for school and have a Pathfinder game. Oh my gosh, I have so many D&D things to update you all with, and half of it I can't even tell you because my my dear players watch my videos, so I can't I can't share a lot of stuff anymore, which is terrifying. Also, if the stream does stutter a bit, I'm really, really sorry about that. It's just like, this is just a new setup. We're trying out different things, seeing if it works. And if it does, it doesn't. I know you do, stalkers. Character diversity. That's a really interesting question, William Parker. So character diversity can be fairly interesting because it's that fine line of, do I, is this going to everything you possibly can. So I use Pinterest for a lot of interest for diversity within body shapes and different, how do I explain it? For different types of people and different but basically there are lots of different diversities and lots of different skin tones out there, and people are coming all different shapes and forms. So the best thing to do is just to practice, and you do get better. Also look at face shapes as well, because some people have like squarer jaws, some people have rounder jaws, some people have squishier faces, and there's bigger noses, smaller noses, almond eyes, concave eyes. Like there's so many different forms of like facial traits that you can add, which can really make beautiful diversity among your characters. I try to do that, and I know sometimes it's not always successful, but you know, it's one of those. If first you don't succeed, try and try again and keep on drawing and having fun. Hello, sweetie. Oh my gosh. Hello, Liz. I love you. I swear, this video I better save afterwards so I can upload it. I'm proud of you too. Yay, you're able to join. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful to every single one of you. Like it's really has been a long time coming with my art and with me going full time. It really has been like a super long time coming, and I'm really, really happy to have finally been able to do it. It just can be super difficult. These markers are the hoo-hoo markers. I got these a while ago, and I did do a review on it a while back. These are just super fun to colour with, and I figured, hey, I can't bring all my pro markers in here, so let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? You've been going long already. Oh no. Oh, Oh my gosh. And it has been a long week. It's one thing I've definitely struggled with has been like time management and learning like when to step away and like try and relax. But I also draw to relax, so that can be quite difficult. I know a quarter of the way to the podcast, that is terrifying. Oh, so for those, if you don't know, my Patreon, one of my Patreon stretch rewards, and you can kind of do it so like when you hit like a certain amount of money or when you hit a certain amount of patrons. And I thought I'll do it so when I hit a certain amount of patrons, that way it's not a monetary goal. It's more of like a like how many people are supporting, so to speak. And the one thing that I really wanted to do for a long time is do like a podcast. And this podcast would be me sitting down with fellow artists, and we would sit and talk about the art topic of the month. I know I've already got a few friends lined up who are very excited for it. Oh, Liz. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did start live streaming, but then I realized it was all in portrait, and I'm like, no, 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 you are not watching this in portrait because landscape is the better one. Oh, thank you. Pointed cuff. One sec. I probably can add it. Let me just start. So this is my Patreon at the moment. There. So if you are interested in checking it out, feel free to check it out. Oh, thank you. I do love doing these guys. I've not drawn Cap and Gus for a long time, and they need some tweaking. But we'll definitely get that sorted. But yeah. Oh yeah, Patreon is like a way, for example, if there's a print that I've made and you're not particularly fond of it, but it means that you guys are more in the creation of a product. So for example, with me, there will be a Patreon exclusive print every single month, as well as a Patreon exclusive wallpapers and all that kind of stuff. Rewards are going to start being asked for that starting Monday, I think. So you guys will get to go through there and sort that out. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, honestly, it's absolutely okay. I'd rather you just be your wonderful self and just enjoy. Just like you are supporting my work just by watching the videos. The wallpapers, okay. I believe the exclusive wallpapers, let me just double check, I can't remember my own tiers, isn't that wonderful? So, at the Wildflower tier, which is this one, you get access to the Patreon exclusive Discord channel, as well as get to see behind the scenes, chat with me, vote on future projects. You get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. I believe the digital wallpapers are on, yeah, they're on they start at the greenhouse tier and they're at the $10 tiers. So they start at those tiers. So it's almost like you have the lowest tiers as sort of like a tip jar, kind of. That's what most people tend to use it for. The highest tier gets a digital commission every single month. Well, they get a digital like sketch bust commission, which I need to do some examples for, and I've just realised I've coloured the wrong thing. Ah, this is what happens when you talk a lot. Hello, Lulu Moon. Oh my goodness, it's so lovely to see you again. Sort of like a Ko-fi. It's sort of like a way that you can support an artist and have a lot of fun. Oh gosh, thank you. This is just a really fun little print I got to do the other night, and I was like, oh yes, I need to do this. I cannot pronounce things to save my life. So if I do mispronounce your name, I am so gosh darn sorry. Oh, thank you. I've been so overwhelmed this week. Ugh. Oh, I want to hug them too. I love them to pieces. Oh, Plumpkin is so squishy. I was so happy when that book launched. And the stickers went live and stuff. Because, like, doing Plumpkin is so much fun. Because she's so short and fat and squishy. And I just want to squish her. And she's just like a little baby. Oh, hello, Kennart. How are you today? Hello. Oh, how have you all been? Have you all been good? I know my auto scrolls off. Rebecca Blackwell! Oh my gosh. Hello, 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 darling. Hello. Is the difference between pencil crayons and coloured pencils? No. I just call them coloured pencils. Sorry. Hi. There is no difference. Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Thank you, Rebecca. I really appreciate it. Yes, I will be participating in Mermaid. Hello. No, there is no difference. I am feeling a lot better. I'm a lot more energized, a lot more relaxed. It's been a wonderful, crazy week, and it's been great. Also, I'm watching you, Lee. Oh my gosh, hello. Do you ever worry that Plant Witch was too similar to pre-existing stories, and how do you overcome your worries? So the thing is no matter what, and this is something that you've got to remember, is no matter what you create, there is always going to be something that is similar. And the whole idea when you are creating is you want to create something as interesting and as true to you as possible. And no matter what you do, there will be people that will draw comparisons between your character, and it happens. No matter what you are going to do, there is going to be similar. I cannot speak. Similarities. Yay! I said the word. Oh my god! I should get a point for that. What are the Ohuhu pens like? I've just noticed you're using them. Oh yeah. They're actually really nice to use. I use them a lot in my sketchbooks, mainly because they're a lot cheaper than the Lecture Set Pro markers, and I don't mind using up markers for test pieces. So, hello! Oh my gosh, thank you. I got a point. Yes. No, so going back to, sorry, I realised I completely completely went a different way. I'm going to say that instead because apparently I cannot speak today. So going back to like worrying about whether or not it's too similar to an IP cheese. That word is going to keep catching me up today. Is to your own story. Just there is going to be, everything's going to draw a comparison to everything. Like it's even like Lord of the Rings. People compare it to so many other things, and like Dungeons and Dragons is inspired by many of other things, and it's sort of like no matter what you do, there is going to be so many similarities. Just it doesn't matter what you're going to do. Essentially, there is... Alright, I keep repeating myself. There is going to be similar stories to no matter what you do. It's just making sure that your story stands out and has a meaning to it. Hopefully, that made sense. Oh gosh, Kiwi Bee, thank you so much. You're so sweet, honestly. You're also lovely. Thank you. Thank you for coming and sitting by and saying hi. And you're all very, very lovely. Thank you. thank you, Mel. I love Dina's work. I'm so excited to get the Snowcat prints. Oh, oh, thank you. D&D's great. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, I only backed it because it was one of those, like, I've got three, I think I've got three of Dina's books now. But I just really admire like the way that she prints and like how she does her page work and stuff. Because a lot of it is inspired by Flying Eye Studios, which is a wonderful book company which I highly recommend to anyone. Um, Absolutely beautiful work. They did Night Lights, Arthur and the Golden Rope. What else have they done? There's a lot of projects, like they're in the children's book section. They're absolutely gorgeous, and you can really see where her inspirations lie with that, and it's kind of what my inspirations lie with when I'm going to be doing my books. So I'm just really excited to get it because I'm just like a bat folk. Oh yes. Yes, you inspired the D&D. Jinxophine, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Okay, right, okay. So, there is going to be D&D story times that are happening because my players, for some reason, are absolute and utter nut jobs from both my campaigns. And I fully adore them. They're very patient with me as a DM, which I'm really, really grateful for. Just because I get confused with rules sometimes, but I know you're not joining him. I feel like very attacked right now. Oh no! Oh no! Stalking me. I love you all. Chaos crew. You are the chaos crew. Hi, Rebecca Israel. Do hope you're having a lovely day. And welcome to the Patreon stream. It's... So, I have a few favourite stories, but one of them is from, I think, not this week's game, last week's game. There was 2 games that I did last week, and the pirate crew, or the crew, was a pirate lesson, so to speak. It involved a lot of croissants, or as they like to say, croissant. I really love memes. Involved a lot of croissants, being in a lot of rooms, and one being fired into a poor crewmate's face. So trying to work out what the damage of a croissant being fired out of a cannon was. And they just pranked each other, and I think this went on for about 40 minutes. It was astounding. And then in my other campaign that I run, which basically I run 2 campaigns, and they are set in the same universe, which I will do a video talking about my D&D world building and how that differs from storybook world building. Just because like it's something I really enjoy, storytelling and world building, and it's like one of my favorite all-time things to do. I love the pirate game. Jelly filled. I don't know. Were they jelly filled donuts? Were they jam? Were they cream? I can't remember. So, and the other 2, this is in the same week as the croissant incident. They decided to go and gear up because they'd earned a little bit of money and they needed to gear up because they want to take on more adventures to earn more coin. Each of them have their main reasons for wanting to earn coin, but it's they're still fair with the stuff, but the more they play, the more they really get into it, which is amazing. But their last session, which I believe was Sunday just gone, which is why I can't live stream every single Sunday, just in case we're playing D&D. They went to go and get kitted up and met this outrageously posh woman who had the most audacious, like, armor and stuff. Wanted to convince her to, I don't know, let them borrow some jewelry so that they could advertise her. Rolled a natural 1. Which basically means that she was utterly convinced. Are you ratting out Ophelia? Yes, I am ratting out Ophelia. I rolled a natural 1. It was not fun. Is it pausing and skipping? Right. That might be because I'm streaming via my phone. Like I said, I do apologize. Oh, what? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really, really sorry about it. I do apologize. It is, like I said, it's just a very quick setup. I will, in the future, do better streaming setup for you guys. I think it's because it's streaming to my phone and my phone's connecting to the Wi-Fi while it's doing it. I don't know why it's skipping. It's not on the highest quality, so it shouldn't be. Yeah, Critical Role can be quite long. If you can't get into Critical Role, I can suggest like something like High Rollers or the Adventure Zone. They're a little bit more easier to digest because they're in much smaller chunks. No, it's absolutely fine. Skipping. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it would rack up my data like crazy. I couldn't find my webcam. I don't know where I've put it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Ugh, I feel awful. Is it not too bad? Yes, I'll put the stream up on YouTube after words. Let's have a look. See if I can tweak some settings. Oh, my phone is warm. Okay. Yeah, it will be warm because it's streaming. Let's just switch to data. Huh? What's that? I do have pets, yes. Come on. Aha, there you are. I'm back. Here. That should be a little bit better. Hopefully that's a little... Yeah. Hopefully that's a bit better. Hello. Okay, Bella is currently passed out in the bedroom, jumping on everything I own. Seriously, like, this desk has seen so much Bella action over the last few days. It's winding me up. It attracts cat fur like there's no tomorrow, and they're oh dear. D&D. So Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game. In which you basically create a character and you go through, solve puzzles, fight bad guys, and sort it all out. Is it worse than data? Right, okay. Right, okay. Let me fix that. I don't keep trying to kill you. Right, that should... Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's going to be sorted. Is that okay? Alright. Alright. Okay, awesome. You Bella. No, she does. You should see the cat when she's trying to get the dice. It's mental. Okay. We'll work it out for next time. I know we're changing internet providers at some point. And I do Twitch streams in the future. Certainly will do. In fact, it's one of my stretch goals on Patreon. Like I said, streaming's kind of one of those because you have to be on all the time. I can't always predict how my health's going to be on that day, so it's not something I've been able to do, but I'm a little bit better. Is it sharp again? Sharp, cut. Yeah, the cat's really good at rolling dice. But Bella is absolutely fine. An absolute nightmare, but I love her to pieces and would not have her any other way. Which medium I prefer? Markers or watercolors? Is your preference to whichever is easier to work with? It's kind of a mixture of a little bit of everything, mainly because it depends on what work you're doing. If you are doing, we'll need number 23 and 21, maybe 33, yeah, we'll 33. For those who don't know, I'm looking at this. So, what was I saying? You're in this pen's all over my desk and that will trigger me. Triggered! Yeah, there's 23. You're not late, don't worry. I started a little bit early because I was too impatient. Because I'm impatient! Alright, okay. Yeah, people, you can still download this, by the way, if you want to colour along. The links are up on the Patreon. It's also available on the Discord, as well as available on my Twitter and Instagram and my Facebook page. It's free to download and colour anytime you want to. And just thought it'd be fun to have a free colouring page for everyone. So going back to markers or watercolours, I think it's solely dependent on what kind of medium you go for. I like how bright and colourful markers are and the bold colours that I can get with it. It's very graphical in that sort of sense, but I don't like just markers on their own. They have to be built up with different things for texture. Like, for example, I'm going to be going through all of this and I will be sorting all that out and getting all this like tidied and cleaned, because with markers you can't get the texture that you want or anything like that. That's fine, Shawnee. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a lovely day. Travel safely. Yeah, it's like I would like to it just solely depends on the medium. Like this one that I'm doing here, which is a test piece, this one's going to be mainly watercolors, but it's like a lot of texture built with line work, and you can see that I've done pencil just to show where I wanted certain colors to be, and then I can build up on top with watercolors. And this is just like a random piece that I was testing materials with. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yeah, I can do more D&D creative creation videos. I really enjoy them, but I also don't want this like to be huge, just like only D&D related stuff, because I know that not everyone's here for the D&D thing. Will I be doing more? I've got a cute little dress, denim dress that my friend gave to me, which will be creating like a sun witch theme to it with sunflowers and all that. I just want to get some fabric paint. I'm going to talk about it properly in the video. Acrylic paints are good, but after a bit they do crack. And I love that jean jacket, 2 pieces, but I only wear it at events. Like, I only wear it when I'm at Comic-Con. Which, speaking of Comic-Con, I'm going to be at London Comic-Con this year, and I am very, very excited. I should be having my hopefully my casual Keyleth cosplay sorted. I'm hoping. If I can afford the bits and pieces I need, then yes. Oh, thank you. I was really, really nervous to start opening up the Patreon, because like so many people have said to me like, why don't I have one? And it's just like, well, I didn't want to always be like, hey, give me money. Like, it's not that. I just want to give. I always want to give back, and I never want to take. And yeah. Hello, Firecloud Hen. I hope you're having a lovely day. To be honest, my favourite colour is always prickles. I love doing prickles. I think it's because it's a mixture of the blues and greens. It's some of my favourite colours to work with, so I just love it. Are you going to the Netherlands for a con someday as well? I would adore to go to the Netherlands. Ugh. One of my goals actually is over the next year is to start doing some more overseas conventions. The only problem that you do have there is is limitations that you can take with you. So if I did do overseas conventions, I'd have to do limited stock. That map. Sorry, drink break. I hope you enjoyed the glug glug set. The limitations, obviously, I can't take as much stock, which is a downside in itself. But then it's like, okay, what stock I can take. So this year is just finding the feet. Next year will be a lot more going over to different conventions. I'd love to do a US convention at one point, but they actually belong to the Mushroom Hunter Freya, which I haven't done a video in for quite a while. I've drawn Freya quite a bit, but she's always been in the background of some books. So Freya's actually in the background of Prickles Volume 2. And so is Magnus, which is this magpie little baby here. The ones you've probably seen the most of has been Prickles and Plumpkin, especially because Plumpkin's comic only came out in October, and Prickles, he's always a huge staple on this channel just because I love drawing him. He's a big squishy cat boy. I mean, I love him to pieces. Look at this. Move over, Baby Yoda. There's a new baby in town. But these two are Cap and Gus. They're named after mushrooms, like Mushroom Cap and Fungus. And they belong to Freya, who is a wood elf. And she lives in a forest, and she's known as a gatherer. And she is a nomad, so she travels around a lot. And she sells mushrooms to witches for their potions. AX convention. Yeah, I really, really want to do that. Yeah. Yes, so the bird is Magnus. Now, Magnus you would not have seen a lot of, because I've only drawn him in one piece. My bad. I don't have a book to hand, otherwise I'd show you. But in Prickles Volume 2, he features in like a whole story. Gosh, my chair is squeaky. Whee! But no, Magnus is Lavender's magpie. So Lavender's witch, that's her pet. He's a magpie called Magnus, and when we get to his colouring, his feathers are actually flower petals, which is cool. I really like that. I will be at Sunny Congoat Shrine. I got that booked as well. Oh my gosh. It's always weird, like, I always forget when I book a convention, like, the year before, and by the time it comes around, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I am been working on one of them, actually, over the last few days, which has been an awful lot of fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I have a lot of art friends who also have Patreons, who are all very talented people who I am very honoured to be able to speak to practically daily, and we all encourage each other, and I'm very, very lucky to be a part of the community and have them as friends. And I took a bit of inspiration from their Kickstarters when it came to launching my own, and I thought like little graphical images just make so much sense. I really wish that I didn't have to play like non-copyright music, because I'd be bashing out some some jams. I suppose that's a good thing about Twitch. But never mind. I don't have a proper setup for Twitch yet. Yet's being the key word. I'd love to do some gaming live streams in the future, but I want to do like really relaxed gaming live streams. So I've always joked about doing like a pajama party kind of live stream where we just sit and chill and like play Animal Crossing, because I am so ready for Animal Crossing. Like, I don't think you understand how excited I am for Animal Crossing. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Look how orange Plumpkin looks. Looks so bright next to Prickles. Complementary colours. Yeah, it's been a dream of mine for a while to do it. It's just getting the setup in place to be able to. I'm really lucky that I've got friends. Oh, I'm so excited about Animal Crossing. Oh. Animal Crossing is a game in which you essentially go to, it's it's really difficult to describe when I say it to people, because I would say it's a very, very chilled out game. There isn't really a sense to the game other than just chilling, making friends, and I've played it since I was like 8. New Leaf is up there with one of my all-time favorite games. I gonna be like playing D&D and I'll be like, huh? Yeah, wait, let me just catch this bug. You rolled a what? Sorry, I got distracted by a beetle. No, so pretty much in my free time, I do play some video games. I'm not a gamer. I'm a very casual. If I was a gamer, I'd be a very, very casual gamer. Like, genuinely the most casual game you've ever known in your entire life. Mainly because instead of like playing games, I will just draw. Like, it's drawing really relaxes me, so it's kind of that thing of, if I'm not drawing, I'm planning D&D stuff. If I'm not doing that, I'm planning projects. And so I get very little time for games now. So very chilled out relaxation games are fun. Plant Witch book. Oh, yes. So there is going to be news of that actually. Hopefully soon. I'm really kicking my butt into gear this year with that project. Hello, Michelle Chantel. Apologies if I said your name wrong. So there's a few books that I really want to work on. I want to work on a really big art book, like a huge art book. Like, it's something I've wanted to do for the longest time. And yes, Guy, I have played some anime. I have played Stardew Valley. I've played nearly 300 hours of Stardew Valley. Don't judge me. No, I just outed myself there. No, what's it saying now? Oh, my brain. So a few major projects that I want for this year is I'm going to be doing Mermaid again. Obviously, I do Mermaid every single year. I adore it to pieces. And I want to do a collection art book which has a lot of the work I've been doing over the years, as well as like some exclusive stuff that I've never shared before. I also really I want to get Plant Witch hopefully done this year. If not, it'll be a launch for next year. And it's only because there's only so much I can plan and do in 1 year, and there's still quite a bit to do with Plant Witch. The other things as well is I might be doing enamel pins. I've looked into it, I've been researching it, I've wanted to do them for a long time, but the problem is with enamel pins is obviously cost, and I like the wooden brooches I have an awful lot just because they fit in with the work that I already do, and it's just so much fun. You see how I'm adding like slight pink tones to him? This is just to try and detract from all the green and add in little bits of yellow. This really helps an image be a lot softer in colour. If you can see, I don't know how well you can probably see that, but it really helps like soften like all that harsh green. And it's the same I'll do with Plumpkin. I'll add like slight tones to it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know it's been a long time since I've like really developed on it. Wow, people are so loud outside. Shush your mush. Be quiet. Sophia's drawing. Be quiet. Damn it. Oh yeah, that's the only thing with doing a wordless comic. There's a lot of challenges that come about it, and the main thing I've been struggling with is how to arrange it all and make sure that the panels make sense. And I finally got a routine that I'm really happy with after doing a few test comics with like Prickles and Plumpkin. So I'm kind of like just watching the door because neighbours are being really noisy. What colour should the party hats be? I'm not decided yet. Hmm. Hmm. No. What colour to do the hats? Because there's already going to be so much colour on here with a very cluttered workspace. So what are some of your guys' favourite like things that you are looking forward to? Hello, Channers! You going up there? Where are you going? Bubble butt, bubble 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 butt, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble 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 butt. You wanted an update? There she is. She's an attention seeker, I'll give her that. If I'm ever like sat down drawing for too long, she gets really fed up and she just like lies across everything I'm working on. And then she gets like genuinely annoyed with me and will attack me. So she does go for me during the stream, do not be alarmed. She's a very playful cat and really, really, really wants attention. Kitty cat, meow. Oh no, they're doing the cleaning outside. Oh no. Bella-chan. She's a big bubble butt. Are you a bubble butt? You're a bubble butt. Yes, you are. What's up, Puddin'? You've got food? Just adding highlights. It's really weird because I have the stream up on 2 different devices and I'm like, oh. Yeah, she really does look like your angel, doesn't she? Like a lot. Pudding pups. Where are you going? Where are you taking that bubble butt? Come here. Come here. Who's a cutie patootie? You are. You are. This is my squeaky chair. No, I didn't do, because apparently it's a part of their rule set that you can't do it, is I wanted to do like, so each month I'm going to be doing exclusive art for it, like only for the Patreon. Bella, please don't sit in the middle of the art, darling. Come on. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to move. Do you just want attention? She wants attention. There's a lot of purple coming out. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop shaking the camera. Stop shaking the camera. Little bugger. Okay, so we need to work on Magnus. And Magnus's colour scheme is mainly purples and pinks. I have to remember how his markings go because I'm not drawing him in such a long time. Let's have a look at the printing section. Yeah, like if I'm not paying attention, that's it. I am done. I'm jiggity done. Oh, RP chat's going nuts. Nuts. So, if any of you play D&D, what's your favourite race to play? I love all animals too. I wish we could have a dog, but because we live in a block of flats, I just wouldn't do it to an animal, and it's not fair on them. Considering like they go out through lots of things. Come on, that's the reference I'm after. Thank you. Hello, Vivi Adams. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Big Blue House. Now that's a reference, guys. If you remember that, Jesus. Do they still play that on TV? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Big Blue House. Brr. Oh, I know. We are old. Don't. I had the sudden realisation the other day when we were playing D&D, because Dungeon Mastering for a wonderful group, how outdated some of my references were and how the guys might not actually get it. And I was like, oh, damn it. I remember the goodbye song. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. Well, not saying goodbye yet, but you get it. Any tips on getting your art out there? Well, hello, Gillian Deans. I do hope you are well. I hope you're having a lovely, jubbly time and looking after yourself and drinking plenty of water. The whole thing is with getting your art out there is just keep at it. That sounds really difficult, for me to say, considering I'm now at a point where, my art is out there. But there are days where the algorithms really suck and it doesn't tend to reach like the same thing that everyone else does. I think when it comes to art, just keep posting. So I try and post daily, if not every 2 to 3 days, as well as try and diverse up what you're posting. So don't always just post like finished pieces, post like mixtures of like work in progresses, sneaky peeks behind the scenes. Like use your tags. Tags are your best friend when it comes to social media posting. And just keep at it. If you love what you do, it's gonna come across in your work, and it is gonna come across, and people will eventually find you through your work. But it does take a while. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There is no quick fix to magically like gain subscribers. You can gain them from like doing like fan art, through doing like art trends. Like, I do recommend, like, sometimes even if you can't participate daily, at least participate a little bit, especially at the beginning of an art trend, just because they can give you a little boost on your stuff. But the problem being is, like, you don't want to overwhelm yourself as well. So it's trying to find that balance between how much you can post to how little you can post. And just because they think, oh, this is what's popular right now, this is what's trending right now, I'm gonna do this because I really enjoy it. And it's like, there's no passion behind the art because they're just posting it for posting's sake. And that's the like balance that you've got to find when you are working on stuff like that, is trying to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself for one, but at the same time you really, it's a really weird balance, because not everything I will post really well. Like, there's videos that I've posted that I've not done well at all. There's artwork that I've posted that's not done well at all, but I've really loved doing the piece. And so even if you say the post doesn't reach well, or like it doesn't reach what you should, as long as you've enjoyed the art piece, there is like no love lost there, because hey, you enjoyed doing it and that's all that matters. Also, reach out to communities as well. I'm part of so many different art communities online. I'm in Discord groups. Sometimes go out on Reddit, not all the time, because Reddit is a deep dark hole which I fall down too far too often, reading stupid stories. But like, there is so many communities out there. It's about finding the right community for you and just sticking with your guns and having fun with it. Don't worry too much about, oh, is this post going to do well? Have I put on the right things? Like I said, if you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. When's my next convention? Okay, my next convention actually is in the end of March. I will be at a convention, a small event in Manchester. It's called the Manga Bazaar. Hello, Janice. Hello, Janice. Little Janice. Oh, little bubble butt. Who's got a bubble butt? But no, if you... Yeah, so I'm at Manga Bazaar in March, the end of March. It's my first event of the year. I was meant to have another one, but they only just got back to me about the table, and I've just paid for London, and I don't really have the funds to be paying 130 odd quid for a table. Are you going to settle down? Are you going to settle down? Where are you going to go? Where do you want to go? Where would you like to go, my lady? Reddit's not danger, and I will read. Yeah, it's more like it's not a dangerous place to be. It's more my time will be wasted if I go on there. Would you like to have a sip? It's not for kitties. I don't think you'd enjoy it. Can I get back to the art, please? Would you like me to move things so you can sit down? Okay. Would you like to? You too. Yeah, it's like it's a time sink. I call them time sinks. They're dangerous because you sink a lot of time into it. Right, come on, Janice. Move that beautiful bubble butt so I can get on with my work, please. Thank you. Let's play D&D, but I don't know how to find a group, and it may be difficult finding one in Austria. Okay, so one of the groups I actually play with, we met through Reddit, which is hilarious. There's some fantastic forums on there which talk a lot about like homebrewing and mechanics, which is one of the reasons why I actually end up using Reddit fairly often, just because it's really helpful for like if you are struggling in with D&D with certain things, but yeah, so we actually met through Reddit, and it's actually really funny because I met this team originally as a player, and that's when I played Lula, and I was a tiny little halfling. I was raised by wolves, and I was known as the moral compass of the group, and everyone kept calling me leader, even though I'm not a leader. Hi, hello. And that was Lula, and I really enjoyed playing Lula. And then I ended up becoming the D&D. I ended up becoming the dungeon master because the previous DM unfortunately had other commitments and couldn't do it anymore. And I ran a one-shot as a joke, and then that one-shot developed into the fully fledged world that I have today, which is really fun. With Instagram, because it's consistently changing. All algorithms consistently change, so it's just about like trying to figure out the right one. It's weird. It's very weird. She's always center stage. Yeah, there is Discord groups out there. It's so amazing. Twitter can be very difficult actually to gain a following on there. Kind of have to do something that people will. It sounds really weird. I will post art, and out of all the sites it probably gains the least traction, but it has the so it's kind of it's interesting to try and build up an audience when there's already a sea of information already out there. This is why I try and not get down with numbers, and numbers can really frustrate you, like and you know, numbers are so important when you're an artist. They're like the lifeblood of like your work being seen out there, and you can get really down when you're seeing like a piece of work that you've spent ages on get, you know, 1 or 2 retweets, a couple of likes, and then a piece that you spent probably like 5 minutes on gains a ton, and you're like, what? Why? But like I said, you're not drawing to please the algorithm, you're drawing to please your work and yourself, and that's all that matters. Where the hecky pecky is that black? Twitter's fun. I enjoy it. I retweet a lot of art on there. I retweet a lot of my friends' projects as well, because interaction with posts is super important. So if you're looking like with algorithms and stuff, the one thing that is huge on all platforms is interaction. And if you're looking at interaction within posts, you can certainly go through there. Cute voice acting.
Well, that's just Lula. I have a lot of different voices that seems to come out of my face when I'm doing that.
And like you've got Captain Ruby, and Ruby's just like, I swear to God, if every one of you just keep on stop crashing my gosh darn ship, I am done. Ruby's more fun to voice. And then there's Cinna, who's just like, oh, look at all of you, you're so cute, I could just eat every single one of you. Oh, there's Asafi, who is a water genasi priestess, sort of like, you know, kind of ended up being a princess. She's like, oh, I apologize. Here, let me help you. But it's one of those. The players are very, very, like, they put up with my really stupid accents because sometimes my accents are terrible. Oh yeah, I am planning on coming back to Glasgow MCM. If I can get accommodation and travel sorted, I'm totally doing that. Oh, thank you. I think Darla's been my new favourite to voice, but I'm still like trying to find my feet with her because Darla's one of the new NPCs that the group have currently met, and she's just like, she's kind of like, I would describe her as like a messed up Harlequin, and she's one of my favourite ones to voice, and I just know that the party are going to kill her, and I'm like, oh, but I like my psychopath. She's so much fun to voice.
Mr. J.
Oh dear. Yeah, I like messing around with voices. It makes D&D an awful lot more fun, but it's fun because, like, in a way, even though I've become the DM, I still feel like a player. Sorry. I still feel like a player because of how they let me NPCs. Number one reason Darla has to die is so the in real life party won't have to. You just wished that she would talk more like Poochie instead of more like Poochie. Sorry, I'm doing D&D voices and there's people coming in. I am so sorry if you've walked into this. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rebecca. I think it was like after I played Zilla, who Zilla was like pretty much my own voice theatre stuff, so it's fun. Don't call me out. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out on it. Magnus is a really weird colour scheme. One day I'll get it right. Still like a work in progress. Oh, thank you, BJ. Yeah, I'm really grateful to have been introduced to like D&D because it changed so much. It really got me into like storytelling again and like world building, and I adore world building. Like, I like building universes for people to be in and having fun, and it's like, I may not be 100% with all the rules, but you know, am I having fun? Heck yeah! All the babies in one picture. Look at all the babies. Oh, they're so cute. Right, so we've got a bit of purple in there. Maybe these should be purple and green hats. Oh, yes, purple and green hats. Or maybe green and yellow. Okay, no. Okay, so they're gonna be lime green. No. So you wanna be, don't back $59. No, that's probably a better. No, because then that's too close to that colour. It is such a small world. It's really weird to me because I've known some of the people on who are doing art for such a long time that when we were talking about it the other day, we realised that some of us have known each other for 7, 8 years. Just terrifying. Wait, you've been in my life a whole 8 years? What is this?
30.
Oh, I can't wait to see how that turns out. Like, if you guys ever do art or ever do something and you want to tag me in it, like, please feel free to. I have the hashtag Stay Creative with Sophiralou. Like, I will miss their posts if I get tagged in like the comments or something like that. So if you so it's, you know, it's one of those. Ooh, oh, D&D RP chat got juicy. How long have I been working towards being freelance? It's one of those. I've been working towards it. I think now for a long time. Probably about 6 years. But like, don't let that discourage you. That was because I was too afraid of just taking the leap and becoming full-time freelance. My voice is great, thank you. It was one of those, I was kind of like afraid of just taking the leap and just doing it. Mainly because of like financial stability and, you know, what if, you know, X, Y, and Z went wrong, and there's so many reasons why this scares the living hecky peck out of me. But I have to thank my partners and my friends for like genuinely encouraging me to do this, because if they didn't, I would not be doing it today. Oh my gosh, that's far too dark. I wouldn't have taken the leap. I wouldn't have, you know, tried. And it took an awful lot of courage to hand in my notice, but I see these like last 6 years as building my audience, as building not a name for myself, but sort of like making sure, like before I just went full-time freelance, that there was already people there that kind of knew my, not knew my name, but knew my work. So yeah. Oh, Lullaby. I call you Lullaby, Lulamoon. No. No, genuinely, like, any one of you can do this, and every single person, like, I encourage you to follow your dreams and do what you do, because if it doesn't work out, at least you can say that you tried, and I'm a bit of a hypocrite if I don't try myself, so Lullaby is really cute. Oh, I've been in the art community for a very long time. So I would say, like, officially, if you're going off like
Officially, if you're talking about officially, I started doing,
so I started really posting online 2011. Started doing conventions, yeah, 2011. Wow, so it's even longer than that. Oh, sweet potatoes, that's a long time. Oh, thank you. Mentor.
Mama Sophiralou, let me come to you, it is.
Don't make me do old lady voices, please. The D&D teams have to suffer enough. I just remembered who my favourite person to voice is. Poop Deck. Oh no. I won't do it here because your poor ears, but oh, please, Poop Deck's the best to do. Bramley Edge. Do you know I've never actually watched that? I should watch it. Poop Deck. So, Poop Deck is a mystery as long as time itself. She is a goblin who lives on the ship. Who, how can we explain it? Is the weirdest, most intriguing NPC I've ever had the chance to do. So I'm going to step back a little bit because I don't want to hurt your ears. It's just like... Sorry, it makes me giggle.
Hey, you stole me buttons. I have every single one of it. Well, you stole them. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Oh, you scurvy little kitty, you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
And there's Bella. Hello, Puddy. Oi, what are you doing? Have you decided that you want to sit there? Okay. What are you after? No, you leave that alone. So Bella has decided that this is the position that she's going to take for now.
Excuse me, madame. Madame. Hello. Hello. Hello, beautiful one. You are so cute.
I think it's just because I used to read when I was a kid and trying to copy the voices. I'm not the greatest. I'm terrible with accent. But I love Poop Deck. I'm so sorry if it's so early. I do apologise. Poop Deck's the greatest. Oh, sorry. Do you mind if people ask you for photos at conventions? No, not at all. I'm pretty okay with it, actually. Sorry, Bella demands pets. She demands the pets. It's a kitty break. Ooh. That reminds me, make sure, everyone who is watching, make sure you take breaks, relax, drink plenty of water, and look after yourself. Oh, hello. Look at this face. Look at that face. Oh, she wants to paint too. Do you want to paint? No, you just want to destroy all my paintbrushes again. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Bella is a mixture breed. She's what they call as a common short hair. So she isn't actually a purebred. I've never actually owned a purebred cat. One, because I know they have a lot of health problems, and two, we kind of rescued Bella. She was a tiny, tiny little baby. She was a tiny little baby. Look how can I just, guys, I've got a tutorial on how to paint a cat. Here you are. This is the best tutorial in the world. All you got to do is just paint that kitty, and look at this, the best tutorial you will ever watch in your entire life. Hey Bella. All right. I'm going to go and grab a coffee. Bella is going to entertain you for 5 minutes, if not steal my gosh darn chair again. You want some treats? You want some treats? Ooh. This is one of the reasons why none of my art ever sells. 90% of my time is sent up by this cat. All right, I've got a copy, and then we take him out of time and finish the job. Chai latte. I love your latte.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes, Bella. This is the most realistic crunch, 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 munch, munch. Channers, your big bubble butt is in the way of the camera. My cat has D&D characters. Oh my gosh. So Bella is actually the first cat that me and my partner own, but she is the third cat I've had. I had one called Tati Bogle, who looked very, very similar to Bella Chan, and unfortunately he passed away when he was 22. But he was a very loved moggy. He had a little stump for a tail, so when he used to get angry, his stump would just go whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. Bella, you've got fur everywhere. This is why there's fur over everything. He was a really beautiful cat, and I absolutely adored him. And when we got him, we got his brother at the time called Moss Chops, and he was mental. He used to go spinning around under my bed and like grip the underside of my mattress and run around. I loved that cat. Unfortunately, he got hit by a car. It was only a year old. But Bella is, I think you're 5 now, aren't you, darling? Are you 5? She's 5 years old. Are you 5? Oh, she's 5. So Bella is 5. But she's a chunky cat, and I love her to pieces. But Bella is 5. But she's going on to be 6 this year. I think so. Or either she's 4 and she's going on to 5. All the years seem to mould into one, don't they, darling? Don't they? Yes, they do. Don't you dare steal my chair. I will squish you with my butt. But no, she's a super lovely cat. A little bit feisty. But nevertheless, I absolutely adore her. She keeps me a lot of good company when I'm drawing, which is fantastic. But I'm really grateful to have had her, because even though she's consistently poorly, always ends up at the vet. She's not been in the vets for the last 9 months, touch wood. But she does get, because she was the litter when we got her, so she's a tiny kitty. I love her to pieces. And I'm a very lucky human to have her. Even if.
Oh yes. We got a little bit of coffee. Let's bring the coffee in. We got a little bit of coffee.
Hi. In real life, I am crazy. I am nuts. I do apologize. This is all a persona. Yeah. Yeah. It's always sad when when your third baby does unfortunately pass away. But you know, at the end of the day, you gave them the best years, and you know, they loved you and you loved them, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Hello, little Janice. Oh no, she's seen the birds. She's seen the birds. If I ever have a proper setup, I should just have a cat cam that just follows Bella around. Yeah. I've had Bella now for quite a while, but you know, it happens and there's not much you can do about it, but you know, I love her. Love her, love her, love her. So I'm thinking this is going to be a chocolate strawberry cake with pink icing. Ooh, that sounds really... I want cake. Oh man, I'm so hungry. I've been really good lately and like trying to cut out a lot of junk out of my diet so I don't snack anymore in any way, shape or form. When I did snack, it was usually like I'd get popcorn and like have a bowl of it, but I'm trying to cut that out just because I'm going to well, I will be going to the gym, but you know, when you change up your lifestyle quite a bit, unfortunately you do have to make little cuts, and so here like going, oh, I really want a big slice of strawberry chocolate cake or chocolate and in fact, what is everyone's favorite type of cake? And if you don't have a favorite type of cake, what's your favorite type of pudding? Eve. Oh, red velvet cake. Ooh, that's a good cake. Chocolate brownie fudge. Oh, cheesecake. I have a story about cheesecake. Oh, chinchillas. No, chinchillas are huge. They were Chuckle Brothers. And my favourite was Barry because he hated everyone but me. Oh dear. Dairy ice cream cake. I've never had ice cream cake. Ooh, lemon sours. Oh, chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. Do you contain any nuts? I've never had a set ice cream cake. I've had really delicious ice cream, but never had an ice cream cake. Would you ever bring out a bullet journal? Do you know what? I've never thought about doing that. Because I don't journal myself. But it would be quite a fun thing to do. Just imagine designing all the pages. Oh, it'd be so cute. It'd be so cute. Right, where's that black gone? Needs to get some texture. I'm gonna go, still want to walk on the beach before it gets dark. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you joining the stream. I really appreciate you being here. Can't thank you all enough, honestly. And thank you for those who've supported the Patreon, like, holy smokes. In case people are wondering, this is what I'm doing this surprise stream for. I'm going to try and finish this piece during the live stream. I keep getting distracted by shiny objects. I am the magpie. I am a full-bred magpie. But essentially this is because I finally launched my Patreon. I am going to be doing more live streams in the future, hopefully with a better setup, because at the moment this is just my kangaroo. I am a kangaroo. What are magpies? I actually do have a magpie NPC who is an Avaril. I think the race is called Avaril, which is essentially the race is known as Sky Elves. And so she looks like a little tiny winged elfin magpie. She has like tribal markings on her face. I love Maggie so much. But Maggie can only speak in short sentences because she was kept as a pet. And because she was kept as a pet, she's been slowly teaching her words over the time. She's like,
Ooh, yeah, oh, ooh, hello, play? You wanna play? Hello.
and she repeats a lot of things. So she can't actually say full sentences, but she's slowly been getting better. But she gets really confused with words, and like instead of saying
I wanna hug you, she's like, I wanna kill you.
so she has like she has a really squeaky voice. I am like a kenku. I love Maggie. Yeah, Maggie is a part of the Hugh Ember book, which I actually do have to hand. So hi, this is my Hugh Ember book. She's like a parrot baby. This is kind of like what Maggie looks like. Better details. I want to draw her properly. But essentially, like, she has these very long ears. She's quite short, quite stout, and her wings are like magpie wings. And her hair, she has like a tuft of white hair, and then tribal markings all over her face. Thank you. I was really proud of this cover. But that's Maggie. But this has a lot of NPCs in it. I'm actually thinking of doing just a Hugh Ember NPC book, as well as like the Hugh Ember Girl and the Dragon book. That's Jerry. He's like a flag. It's like, I'm a flag. Consistently high. Snarky, who is just a barbarian halfling who the crew have decided that Quiet, who's a tiny gnome who loves to cook,
Hello, do hope you are well. Do you mind if I get that? I really appreciate it.
Quiet's really cute. And that's Captain Ruby. And like, I could talk about these guys all day. Persephone, the long, tired god of Costilia, who forever has to put up with the team's antics, and it's just like, I just want my gosh darn wine. I swear. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I really enjoyed This is Norland. This isn't their part of their campaign. It's actually a part of the other campaign, if they get to a certain point. Cinder. I love Cinder. Yeah, you did steal that wine. Oh, Ruby, bring out the rum. Lily, one of the MP genius, and found a way to make wings so that she could fly. His wife's in here, actually. Maggie. I swear to God, if you do not give me that rum, I will actually just steal it from you. I'm not too shy about stabbing you in the side. Sophiralou.
Well, Sophiralou just talks like that. Well,
Sophiralou's more like,
well, howdy y'all. Welcome to the Cactus Hall. I do hope y'all are having a lovely day. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna take that here, that bottle that you've been drinking, and I'm gonna have it on my own.
I love Southern Belle. She is actually the main NPC of my one shot, which developed into a full campaign. Cassidy, they haven't met yet. None of the teams have met yet. Cassidy's in the Arabella Desert. I won't talk about what she does for a living, but
It's not safe for work.
Finbar's one of the crewmates. Well, yeah, what can I say? He's an emo boy. He's like, I swear to God, I'm done. Viola, one that they haven't met. Tanya talks like this and is just so done with everything that you do. Met Cassidy. Oh my God, yes! Oh no, you did meet Cassidy. Oh no, you did. Oh wow. I have too many NPCs, guys. Quirky Dream. You guys have not met yet. Not in the game anyway. Coralina and Nathaniel. Coralina's one of the princesses of Costilia. And she's like the youngest princess who is obsessed with scientific research and finding lost cities. Asify is one of my favourite NPCs I've ever made. Asify is the water genasi who, I need to make sure that you're okay. Her hair normally covers her eye and she has an eye patch on because her eye is gifted by gods so that she can see and predict the future. Holly, PC's wife, who now he's actually left the crew. He's with her. They're gonna have so many kids. Serena cannot actually speak. She sign languages. But she's lost the voice and she can't hear it herself, so she always feels like she sounds odd. The craziest character is Poop Deck. Beauty Catcher, one of the player characters' mums.
Nugget! Nugget really likes to sit down and do a lot of research. I wanna say if you
It's the only straight character we've met so far. Hey, Devin's straight! Don't stop! Viridian, you guys have not met them. Rebecca Carla, you've not met her. Orca, oh, I love Orca. Orca's such a good one. She's such a good mom. Liana, oh, look at Liana. Dallas, you've not met him. And of course, be all end all, Poop Deck. This is the eldritch horror of that campaign. Anyway, I need to get on with it. And there is a closer flip through if you do anyway. Yes, I try and include as many characters with disabilities as possible. Mainly because I feel like in a Dungeons and Dragons world there would be just as many people that would have disabilities as anyone else. And I do not know American Sign Language. It is something I have tried to learn, but my brain cannot compute it. I have a lot of respect for people who do it. But it is, honestly, I think it's so important. Like, it's why there are, you guys haven't met them yet because you're on the sea. But there are some that do go around in wheelchairs, that are missing limbs, some people that only have one eye, and I just really want to think it's like I think it's stupidly important.
Nugget,
you might meet them. I mean, I don't know yet. I'm not decided. Yeah, British Sign Language. BLS, yeah, sorry. I don't know British Sign Language. I used to know how to spell my name. And that was it. My brain doesn't retain information very well. Because when I worked in retail, we had a lot of customers that came in that had disabilities. So you just have to be super, super patient. Try your best and understand what they're trying to say. Most of the time they would just want to write things down. But it was just one of those. It was like you knew how to do certain communications to try and make them feel a lot more comfortable. But I just couldn't. Okay. This is really nice, by the way. This is a chai latte. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. I don't like having it too much because it's super sugary and it's not very good for you. But it's like a really good alternative if you're not a massive fan of coffee. It's just really, really good. It's a Dolce Gusto because we don't have a Tassimo because Dolce Gusto is cheaper. Yeah, I mean, I would love to bring back Sketchbook Sundays. Like I said, I am working on trying to up the video schedule, just because I know people really enjoyed Sketchbook Sundays, and I would love to bring it back.
Anything with sugar is good for the soul.
Now I will bring them back. It's just I don't want to overwhelm myself at the moment because I'm still trying to find my feet. But hopefully they should be back in April. If all goes well, then they should be back in April. Is it playing up? Let me know if it's playing up. I can only apologise. It's been having a few cutting out issues. Yay, the stickers! These are actually the campaign rewards I designed. I really like them. I might actually turn some of them into wooden keychains. I don't know. I really like this one as a wooden keychain. I think it's so wholesome and cute. And this one would be really cute. But I've decided that I'm going to cut out plastic entirely with packaging, and as well as with a lot of the stuff. So like this is what wooden ones look like. They're not double printed, mainly because it costs like double the price. But I really like the wooden stuff, mainly because this wood is recycled. Current acrylic charms that I have. These aren't made from recycled plastic, but you can get recycled plastic ones. The difference is I think this fits the aesthetic of everything that I'm going for more than this. And as nice as acrylic charms are, I just think this just fits everything that I'm doing a little bit better. But I'm thinking of what I'm going to do is I might turn some of these into keychains, because that as a wooden keychain would just be so cute. This one's really extra and I love him. This one's just super. I like them all. I don't know. Keychains, yes. I mean, it's one of those. I've done a lot of merch over the years and I test stuff all the time to see like, would it be interesting? Would people be interested in it? And it kind of be very different. The wooden keychains, actually, they're printed by a company called Zap Creatives, who are based in the UK. They are, I really like their work, especially considering everything is sustainable. Mainly because, you know, I just think it's super important when it comes to resources now. But no, they do really nice work. They sometimes can take a little bit longer, which could probably be my main complaint for them. Sometimes their communication can be a little bit lackluster. But the work that they do, I can't fault. So I like their work. Oh, thank you. But the wooden keychains, they come without the keychain. So when you assemble them, I could do a whole video on it actually. So you draw the art and you send it off to them, making sure that all your bleeds are correct. And I buy these separately. I bulk buy this colour in particular. So then the keychain in particular, this one, I assemble the keychain onto it, and then you have to peel all these when they come in, just because they all come like sealed and stuff, so you have to sort all that out. When I get them, it takes like a good few hours to sort out because I hand assemble all my pins as well. Yeah, mugs are great. I've done mugs before, but shipping them is ridiculous. I love Pokemon so I absolutely loved it. Galarian Ponyta, mwah, adore her. Like, oh, just everything about that aesthetic is just amazing. I love that mug. That was my first Kickstarter, that. That was what, I still love that art book. Like, I don't have a copy myself anymore, which is really sad. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. In fact, I found yesterday I've got some more copies of my Witchtober 2018 zine, and so I'll list those up this week. Just because I thought it sold out entirely, and I was like looking through my stock, and I was like, oh, there's 3 here. I'll put them up. Oh, thank you. I went to twist it. I was thinking I was on Procreate then. Go home, Sophie, you're drunk. Yeah, we're going back to, like, D&D. Like, I know I could sit here and gush about it all day, every day, just because I've had so much fun doing it. And I highly recommend, if you can get a D&D team, if you can talk about it, just totally would. I'm going to do a studio tour one day. I can do a desk tour, because I don't have a studio. I'd love to have a studio. I actually have 2 desks, which I do work upon. This desk that's here, this is not a desk that I tend to use. This is actually brand new to me. This one has a lot more room than my other desk, because my other desk is in my bedroom. We live in a very, very tiny 1-bedroom flat, and it's one of those you make do with what space you've got. And because I needed more space for, like, packaging orders, which is what I'm going to have to do after this, and to have a dedicated space for, say, streaming, and say if I wanted to come in here and watch videos while doing commissions, then I can do. Yeah, desktop, if you would do that, then hell yeah, I would totally do that. Pokemon Jinkers, aka Pokemon, as humans. I have actually done that before on this channel. I did the 3 main starters as Jinkers. Jinkers used to be, like, one of my favourite things to do. I adored it. You any video name? Which one? Very, very shy, and I loved her to pieces, but unfortunately her campaign fell through. And then I had Lula. Lula was my other druid, and her campaign fell through. But it's probably good, because now I'm the DM of that campaign. Oh, really? Oh, no. So I bought this one. You know, this one's quite a big desk. I bought this one from Amazon, but it was in the checkout section. Like, you know, when, like, someone's returned something that they no longer want. So I got it, and the only thing that was wrong with it was the metal bar at the back was slightly bent, and I easily fixed that. Just, like, sometimes, like, a little bit of knowledge on how to fix things just goes a long way. Yeah, Druid Elf, her name was Zilla. It's Tzila. My little moon druid. I love, well, not little, she was a tall string ball, but I loved her. Okay. Magnus and Prickles having a good time in the same both. I did think about Magnus being a grump and, like, staring daggers at Prickles, but then I was like, no, there's cake there. He's too distracted. I love Magnus. I love magpies. Do you cut your own stickers? I'll get them made. If you make them, what paper do you use? So I have done a video on this before, but I hand cut all my stickers. In fact, like, this is all stuff I have to hand cut later. I've got quite a few to hand cut, including, like, ones that go through with orders. So this is all stuff that goes with orders. So these are stickers that will go with any future orders. I sometimes like to just give, like, a little extra, you know, just as a thank you. But I hand cut all of these using these. It takes up a lot of time, but I do kind of have room for a cricket, but I don't know. It's like 300 quid. It's a lot of money. Let's see a druid monk multi-class card. Ooh, yes. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, please. Hello. Good study bug. I want you to do well in your exams. Oh, thank you, DJ Ellen. I hope you have a lovely day. Magnus keychain. Yes. Magnus merch is coming soon. Come on. You want to move? You going through? No. You just want fuss, don't you? Don't. You gotta make sure you study. You gotta be a good study book. A high school student like you can earn money through art. I really want to start saving up my own money. So the easiest way to earn money through your art is commissions. Although sometimes trying to find people who will buy commissions can be fairly difficult. Bella Jan. Bella, do you want to be a keychain? I have considered turning you to a sticker because the amount of parcels that you sit on. Don't you? Don't you? You want to sit on everything. Bella's book goes on everything. She might be after my coffee. After the tea. She really likes coffee and lattes. She adores them. So the easiest way would be to do commissions because it's less cost on your department to be able to do that. However, make sure you price your time fairly. I see so many people offering like £5 commissions or like $2 for line art, and I'm just sat there going, why? Like, this is taking you time. You have to do. Bella, your bubble butt's in the way. Can I draw, please? Can I draw, please? Oh, pudding. Oh, pudding. I've done a bathrobe style person before. Pretty sure I did anyway. For my Halloween. I loved my Halloween. So tempted to print that because I absolutely adored it. But that's something that can go in the mega art book. Yeah, you've got to make sure that you price your time fairly because, like, as good as it is to do super cheap commissions, you don't want to be over swamped with like where it's good to do sales every now and again. I currently have commissions open and I have a sale commission which is but it's like cheaper than what I normally would charge for a commission, but it's because it's practice stuff, kind of style stuff, and it's me getting used to Procreate because I use Procreate as my digital drawing program. I have not done as much as I needed to. Right, we need to sprine. Come on, yeah. Yeah, you'll get time wasters as well. You'll get people who are like, oh, I don't want to pay for it anymore, and like that makes me so angry. Like, I've had people who like just turn around and went, well, why should I pay for it? Why should I? And I'm like, well, because you're paying for my time and resources being traditional, so I'm paying it to send it out to you. Yes, so I actually do have a Redbubble. She is my bubble, but I do have a Redbubble. I will try and find a link to it in a sec. One sec. Let me get that down. Don't save. Yeah, like, so like one of the problems that you do find is a lot of people will just like completely ghost you, and I hate that. Honestly, just don't have any respect for anyone in their field. Oh, sorry, I just looking up updates. Redbubble. Yeah, honestly, because I've done work before where I've done free work before. Have I ever told you that story? Have I ever spoke about like me doing free work for one of the biggest conventions in the UK? I had a lot of free work. There you are. That's my Redbubble. I don't. We don't earn a lot through Redbubble, but it's a lot of merch. Say if I can't physically make it, then it's easier to get through that. Ugh, that's ridiculous. Right. I think the background should be watercolors. Is it time to get watercolors out? Is it? I'm not finished with that area. I'm getting too impatient. Getting too impatient. It's 11:30 p.m. Nice blanket. Yeah, I've had a few people ghost me. Like the second I mention prices, they like suddenly disappear. into the void. Where do you started with on 1:20 a.m.? Oh my gosh, people. Why are you up so late? Oh no, guys. Do you want to know what time it is for me? It is currently 3:18. Oh, people, I don't want anyone making themselves sleepy or ill. Look after yourselves. Your body's important, okay? Australia. Oh, the Pastel Dreams palette. I've got it here. I adore it. So I got the Pastel Dreams one, and then I got the Tropical one, and I saw that they do a Woodlands one. This one was given to me. This one I actually bought with money that I earned through Amazon affiliate links. Because I do affiliate links all down below for any sale that anyone purchases through Amazon through the links. I get like a small portion of the funds and I put that towards videos. So I purchased that through it. And then someone sent me this to my P.O. box and I have no idea who it was. And it is such a nice palette. I'm obsessed with it. But they've come out with new ranges and I'm sat there going, I really want them. But I don't like buying art supplies unless I really need them. And at the moment, just like, ugh. Oh no, don't be silly. Yeah, I pretty much like anytime I've got spare money, it goes on art supplies. But then it's like a lot of it goes towards, you know, stuff I actually really do use. Like, I get through a lot of paper, as you can imagine, so. Wow. So if you're going to start with online shops, it's best to do your research to see which the market is going to be best for you. So you have lots of sites like Etsy. They have their own marketplace, and that marketplace can be absolutely fantastic for driving sales to your store. The downside is some of the fees of Etsy can be quite a bit, and it can be, you know, you'd have to price things up. It's why stuff on my Etsy is a little bit more than stuff that's on my Store Envy, simply because to cover the fees. You got Store Envy, and I have that as my main store, and Etsy sort of like my second store. Store Envy does have its own marketplace, but it's not as well known as Etsy. But the fees are a lot less. However, you can only put it out in US dollars. Shopify, it takes a bit to set up. It's one of the reasons why I've not set one up. There is, oh gosh, there's so many now. There are so many different sites out there that you can actually sell your work on. Redbubble is good because you can just simply upload your artwork and they will take care of the rest. However, it does mean that you have to set the percentage of like how much money you want to earn. I think I earn 15% of any sales made on Store Envy, so you don't make a lot of money. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of crazy. The brand of the watercolors is Prima Marketing Confections. They're really, really nice. Like, really, really nice. They're sort of like a mixture of like watercolor and gouache, but like, they're really nice. The only thing is like, you can see my chocolate one has been a little bit loved there, but they're just so nice. Like, I can't. I'd love to see the Victorian one. Oh, yes. Hello. Yeah, so it's like, I'm from the UK, so we go through Great British Pounds. So when I do commissions, I price them up in Great British Pounds. It's kind of like when you're looking at stores, just look at what's going to be best suited for what you need. It's very, very complicated, but once you've gotten your research down, you've done 90% of what you need to do. And the only thing that takes is carrying on, just setting up. Okay. I don't know who that is, but you can go away. Hi. Yeah, the free postage stuff is pretty stupid. What inspires you to start a new world story? Any tips on this regard? For world building, if you're looking at D&D stuff, that you can go. There's like some fantastic websites. I use D&D I use D&D Homebrew to get some ideas for like story stuff, but there's some fantastic module books there. For world building stuff, it's pretty much fun. It's like you just think of a concept. So like, for example, in the Plant Witch universe, plants aren't as important since the industry has started to take over, and like magic users tend to develop their skills for more practical needs. Of course, there are still like people that need to make potions, healing magic, but it's not as popular as it used to be. So plant witches, although they're still a thing, they're not as common as they used to. They tend to go to more industrious jobs than simply just growing plants. Let's guess. Yeah, let's start on this. So when you are, do I do tropical colours? No, let's add nice pastel tones. So when you are looking into like world building, like try and think about like what's the main basis of this universe? How do people get around? What do they do? What sort of setting am I setting this in? When you set up like the certain easier sections, then you can build up and go from there. Paper to use for my stickers. I use a paper called Chromo. It's in the other room. I'll go and get it in a second. That's the paper that I use currently. If you're after vinyl stickers, you'll be after vinyl sticker paper, but this is just gloss sticker paper. There's different types of paper depending on what kind of stuff you are after. I just prefer the gloss because I like it. Vinyl can be quite expensive and quite difficult to print on. And I use a Canon IP, I think it's an 8750. I think it's the 8750. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh my god, there is cat there. So much everywhere. What do you need to start your own art tube? I've been really thinking about doing it. So I'm going to say this. Being an artist on YouTube can be fairly difficult. Not that I'm going to deter anyone from doing it, because heck yeah, we could always do with more art people in this community. The one thing that you control everything that you do with your work. I used to get really obsessive with it and like get into like reading the feeds, understanding algorithms and going behind it all, and like really diving into the research, and it kind of sucked all the fun out of doing it for me. All you need is a place with some decent lighting if you want to do traditional art. On my other desk I have two desk light bulbs. That's the desk that I do most of my filming on. I would love to invest in some bit better lighting, but right now we don't really have the room for it. We need something a little bit more compact, which unfortunately can run up a cost, but I save up all my money from videos that I earn so that I can put it towards future content. So it just totally depends. Like there's lots of different things that you guys could do to really start your YouTube channel. Looking to doing digital art, like kind of like when you're looking at it, look at what other people are already doing and how can you make your stuff stand out from among them. Because I think that's the hardest part, because there are so many art YouTubers out there and so many talented people, like it's like trying to stand out against the grain. I don't do YouTube for monetary value. I've never done YouTube for monetary value. I do it because I enjoy drawing and I want to share ideas and have fun, and that's always what the channel has been. And of course, like doing stories and spreading stories, it's always been something that I've always been passionate about. And like I know some people are like, oh, but money, algorithms, you must do this, and like you must do certain trends to be able to do it. And like trends, yes, they can help boost your channel. They really can. But the problem that you have there is like then you're stuck in a trend ball. Like, I'm doing this because this is popular. I'm doing this because this is popular. And you're forever stuck in that loop of just doing things to get views instead of doing what you're enjoying. And if you're enjoying what you're doing while you're making views, heck yeah, keep on doing it. But if you're not enjoying it, it comes across in your work so much. It really does. Hello. need to ask, is it possible to make plant animals as hypoallergenic animals remains very appealing? Yes, there is. So a lot of, like, for example, Prickles, he doesn't have fur. He is completely cactus. And so he would be suitable for a hypoallergenic person, whereas like Cap and Gus, they're completely made of fur, so they're not suitable for someone who unfortunately is. So there is a possibility of being able to make a creature without fur, being able to do animals that are for people's allergies, considering like the critter because these two are made, well, these three are made, these two aren't made, so there are critters that are made and critters that aren't made. You can have a familiar without having to make a familiar, because the animal represents you, the animal represents who you are as a person. And Prickles came about because Marie's obsessed with cacti, and she really wanted to have a cactus cat. And that's pretty much it. Marie's a very simple-minded person. Do you prefer hot or cold press paper? I think it solely depends on what you're doing. If you're using a lot of water, cold press. I personally prefer hot press, because I think it makes your colours look a lot bolder. But it does take a lot more layering than cold press, because cold press is simply like bing bang bosh done. But I think colours look a lot more vibrant on hot press, which is why I like it. But it does take like double the amount of time to do things. This is on cold press, by the way. How do you get over the fear of starting? I'm always the urge to paint, but when I'm about to start, I kind of freeze up and see how awful it will turn out. Any recommendations? So, here's my recommendations for that. Just draw. Because no matter what you do on that paper, like, this is not perfect. I'm looking at it now. There are mistakes all over this. There is no way that this is perfect. But I'm enjoying painting it. I'm having fun. Instead of, like, the fear of what it will be, enjoy what it will become. Because I get like that. It's like the fear of me going full-time freelance. It's the fear of like the unknown. Like, I mean, calm down, Elsa. Going into the unknown. Which, by the way, when that film comes out, I am so ready. I'm going to be singing that song. I've sung that song every single day. Into the unknown. Oh, I'm so ready. It's one of those, if with your art, every time you draw, you improve. Whether or not you feel like it and whether or not you see nothing but mistakes, that is you improving. You are improving every time you put a pen to paper, and every time you are producing a piece of work, it is new. It is something exciting and refreshing. Don't be afraid of what the work will become. Treat every image like a sketch. Don't treat it like it's got to be this perfect finalized piece. Because there's finalized pieces that I've put out that are far from perfect. Look at my Zodiac Witch Tarot. I absolutely adore that piece, but there is anatomy mistakes out the wazoo. Did I enjoy painting it and drawing it? Abso-fudging-lutely. Will I go back and try and improve it in the future? Probably. But it's a lesson that I learned from it. Don't be afraid of lessons. They're there to help you improve. I've seen artists lose followers and they're popular and switch to an original. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, how often do you see me do fan art? Like, genuinely, on a scale of 1 to 10, how often do I do fan art? I barely do it. And I was sure, I knew I would lose followers when I made the switch. And I did. I lost a lot of followers when I made the switch, especially on Twitter. Because I did the Steven Universe Gem Garden zine, which was Steven Universe characters all with flower crowns, and I still have some of those originals. In fact, I think I've got like 90% of those originals because I was really proud of them at the time. And I gained quite a bit of following through that. But when they realised that not everything I do is traditional, I've lost a lot of followers for it. But like, that's the thing. If I like a person's work enough, and if I like their stuff, I'm going to stick around for the long term. And, like, it's fine that people don't like everything that you're going to do. And it's okay. Oh, my God. I got that's on the wrong layer. Need some tissue. It's okay that people aren't going to like everything that you're going to do. And that's another thing, that we put so much pressure on ourselves in pleasing an audience when the matter of fact is that you should be pleasing your own work and pleasing yourself, because it comes across in your work. It's so much fun I'd love to do, but then it's like, well, I gotta give my babies some love. Be a J, if I'm honest, take the leap. The worst thing that can happen is people aren't gonna like it. As long as you are happy, that's all that matters. Favorite art movement? Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so I have a few favorites. I'm obsessed with Renaissance art. Like, I love the detailing in Renaissance art. I love Art Nouveau. I adore pop art. Like, one of my favorite artists of all times is Vincent van Gogh. His brushwork is just so beautiful. And it makes me really sad that he was suffering and wasn't able to get like the recognition he deserved in his time. I adore his work. I've been very privileged to see Starry Night Sky, which is my favourite all-time art piece. And I cried when I saw it because it meant so much to me. It was an artist that both me and my mum really, really loved, and my mum was the one that really got me into art. So it means a lot to me, that one piece. Obviously Art Nouveau, because it's massively influenced in my work. But no, it's one of those, like, there's lots of different art movements out there which can really inspire your work, and I don't think like just one can be, the ultimate one. Origin of Prickles start coming. There is actually an Origin of Prickles mini story in the Plant Witch comic. You just have to wait for that. Oh, thank you, Drawing with Crimson Nenix. I hope I said that correct. I do apologise if I didn't. Trying to use a lot of soft colours because I've used a lot of bold colours on the character. Doesn't make much sense because there's like no like background piece, like, like background section that they can sit on, but I don't care. I had fun. Featherless Griffin into Sneezy. Oh, do not remember that. Never get imposter syndrome. Imagine that gaining traction on the art quickly raises the stakes. Oh, definitely. Mainly because I was one of the ones with the least amount of subscribers. I felt like I genuinely didn't belong. Even though, like, I do, but at the same time, it felt like I wasn't worthy of being there. For those asking, I genuinely don't know what's happening with the YouTube Artists Collective. The Discord group and the chats have been very, very quiet for a long time. I think everyone's just been a little bit busy with life and it's just taken a back burner for a while, but hopefully it can get revived soon because I enjoyed doing those pieces. Like, I really did. Like, the Zodiac piece is one of my all-time favourite pieces. But then again, that was a piece that I thought it was always my penultimate and I was never going to get past it. But I do get it. I try not let it affect me. I try and let it encourage me. I always see like beautiful artwork and I'm sort of like, oh, I should have made my work. I should have taken myself more in that direction. And it's like, well, no, because I enjoy what I do. And at the end of the day, the only person that's worth pleasing is you when you're at. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat. Yeah, because like fan art's fun to do, but I like drawing my babies. I draw too many D&D characters. Someone asked me earlier if I watch Critical Role. Yes, I do. I really want the Tal'Dorei blanket because it is cold right now and I could do with that. Warm up my body. I have some Critical Role shirts. I'm actually going to be, maybe, if I can get the outfit ready. I've got half of it ready. I might be cosplaying Keyleth at London Comic Con because my hair is all dyed and it looks good. And I'm really happy with it. And I just want to be a happy druid. I like being a druid. Makes me very happy. Discuss your favourite art YouTubers. Ooh, so if you're talking about favourite YouTubers, the ones I watch daily, I watch Game Grumps and Jacksepticeye almost daily. I pick up a PewDiePie video every now and again. I really liked his Minecraft series. It was really wholesome to me. I watch Jacksepticeye because he always makes me smile, and Game Grumps just because like they always make me smile. Whenever I'm having a bad day, these YouTubers just make me smile like a lot. Art YouTubers wise, I watch gosh, there's so many people. Like there's quite a few people whose videos I watch. I watch Jenna and Julian. I really love Jenna's like weekly videos. They always bring a smile to my face. I listen to a lot of D&D podcasts. High Rollers was recently just one I got into. The Adventure Zone. I've just started to listen to the new campaign. I am in love, love, love with some of the new characters. And yeah. There's so many more, but it's a bit difficult to like think off the top of my head. Yeah, I do watch Draw with Waffles. They're pretty fun. They're really, really good. I love watching their videos. Drawing your style, got more likes on my original art. That's because I tagged the original artist. Yeah, that's really, really good. So I'm actually going to be doing a draw this in your style video. But the artwork is going to go up in the next few days for it. I'll be filming the drawing part of the video, but then I'm going to be sharing like people's work at the end of it. So that's why I want to post the art early. I think draw this in your style is such a really good way, especially if you want to boost on your stuff. But only do it if you really, really want to do it, because I'm always dead excited and I sit down and draw it and I'm just not inspired. So, only do it if you want to do it. Don't do it because you feel like you have to join the trend. Cosplay! Yes! Oh, thank you, Adam. I'm trying to make it like super like fun and like really colourful. After all the watercolors have dried, we're gonna go over with like some pencil crayons to really give that texture, give it a lovely boost. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Reese Dolly. That's really sweet. Thank you so, so much. I'm really happy that people like the videos and watch the videos, and it makes me feel very appreciative of each and every one of you whenever I post something, because I know sometimes it can be quite difficult watching a video every single week, and sometimes I do content that you may not be interested in, but back. It's one of those, I put it off just because my health got a little bit bad, but it's okay. I'm getting better. Gotta go for an operation this year, but I'll be fine. Don't you worry. It's like kind of one of those, I had too many eggs in one basket. I had like too much, like many plates spinning at once, and it was like, something needs to go. So everything kind of had to cut back a little bit. That's because your health is very important. Get some lovely sleep, Vivi Adams. Thank you so much for popping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some sleepy weepies. Yeah, I'm the same. When I see everyone's drawing the style, I'm like, oof. But then it's like, well, the whole idea is that you're having fun, and then you draw it in your own style, and you have great fun doing it. I can show you a sneaky peek, actually, of what I'm planning on doing. Ooh. Oh, thank you. No, I really hope you all are just like super relaxed. This music's making me sleepy. It's really dangerous. Apologies, folks. Here comes a yawn. Ugh. Really wish we could play like Animal Crossing background music, because it's so relaxing to listen to. I like pastel colours. I don't often use them a lot in my work, because I tend to use a lot of earth tones in my work, but it's fun. See what I mean by like once you put the pop of colour down with this, and then when you're bringing in like, because these are so vibrant, this palette, the Prima Confections palette is just so vibrant, it fits in with the markers so well. And if you want to like if you want to go like a little bit softer, this is the Schminky palette, and I tend to water these down and then build up the colours on top. Died of compliments. You're all being so sweet to me. I don't know how I'm going to cope. You teach a day program for adults with mild autism. I used to work with children with autism. I did a lot of work with my nana and with it was like, it wasn't like it was like an after school thing sort of, and I did a lot of work with disabled children, and I have worked with people with disabilities in the past. My mum is also disabled. I think that's why it's so important to me, like everyone should feel included, especially when it comes to like artwork and stuff, because I just realised there's a line missing there.
Let's improvise.
But no. Hello, Anita K. I probably got your name wrong. I do apologise if I did. I'm so excited for the new Steven Universe start. Ugh. Since Prickles is a cactus, does he need less water? Yes, he actually doesn't drink that much water. He eats a lot of plant food, which is why he's fat. But he tends to sunbathe an awful lot. He doesn't... Also, that RP chat's going nuts. Is it a net? Oh, my eyes are blurry. Is there any movies that you guys are looking forward to this year? Any particular? I actually recently just watched the Birds of Prey movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I know some people it was really fun, really made me laugh all the way through it. I've not seen the Suicide Squad movie, but I did watch, you know, Birds of Prey. But no, that's a lot of fun. How to make a cactus cat yesterday. Have you seen it? No! Ooh! You're looking forward to Bill and Ted 3. To be fair. Oh gosh. Loud kids back quite a bit now. When I was a teenager, I used to help out a lot, because my mum needed more help and my family needed more help, so I would try and help out as much as I could. And it also gave me a lot of respect for parents who have kids with autism. When I helped out a few times with my nana and stuff. But I was always known as the fun one, because I was the only one that would actually really enjoy playing with the kids. Mainly because I'd sit there going, "Hi, let me talk to you about Pokemon." But I've always enjoyed it. When I worked in retail, we had particular customers who, we get quite a few that have like autism and Asperger's and like different spectrums of disabilities, and they were always so fun to speak to. They were always really excited and just like always asking me how a day was, and some of the most delightful people you'll ever meet. And they were just so sweet. Yeah. I watch movies, but my friend loves superhero movies. My older sister grabbed me a cinema months ago to watch The Last Avengers movie. I loved that movie. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm a bit of a film freak. I adore going to the cinema. We go when it's 2 for 1, or when the cinema tickets are like super cheap. So there's only like certain days of the week that we can go. But we try and like make 1 or 2 trips to the cinema every single month to let those layers dry. Just because like I just nearly dipped my paintbrush into my pencils. Wow, Sophie, wow. But no, we try and go to the cinema fairly often. I enjoy going to the cinema. It's fun. I enjoy it a lot. It wasn't dipped into the tea. No. And you can all think I'm disgusting for reusing my cup, but I don't care. I don't like to sell things. Everyone's, in a way, has... yeah, let me try and explain myself. I think people just need to be a little bit more understanding that there is more to why a person can lash out and how a person can, you know, not always respond in a correct manner. There are people who just been complete and utter poop heads, but then there are, you know, people who need help and understanding. Like, working in retail taught me a lot about being patient with people, especially because sometimes people are just having a really bad day and they lash out. But as well, like, some people are really nervous, and it's coming to understand, like, you know, it's taking that time to let them have that breathing space, let them come to collect themselves, and, you know, normalizing it, because I think it should be normalized. It's not something that people should be like, what? It's something that should be normalized, definitely. Yeah. What's one of my favourite movies? Ooh. My all-time favourite movie is The Fifth Element.
Lilu Multipass.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you've seen me have my meltdowns. It's fun. I get really, really stressed. I don't have autism, or I'm not on any form of spectrum, but I have really bad anxiety, and I get genuinely terrified of certain situations. So it's about calming myself down and sorting myself out. I have so much to read. Jesus. So, yeah. Thank you, Drawing with Crimson Nicks. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Really appreciate it, honestly. Thank you. So now we've got most of our base colours down. It's about texturing now. So like a lot of this blends in here, so we need to make these guys really, really pop. Like Prickles pops really beautifully out, and this pops out really not well. Magnus is kind of there, but these two are blending in far too much, so they need building up on. Yeah, exactly. It should be. Like, everyone has vices. It's just about fun. Oh yeah, like that's the thing. I think sometimes people act like it's the end of the world, or and it's just like, well, no, it's just, it doesn't change who they are as a person in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, exactly. You're perfect the way you are. Come on, you're beautiful. Get that texture in. Shake it. Get in. What's the use of feeling blue? So I get like, one of the things that I get really, really stressed about is like situations where I have no control. Oh, I've just seen what you've posted in the chat. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh wow, I'm totally gonna have to do that. That's phenomenal. Oh, thank you. I may have to do that for my cat, you know? That just may have to happen. Lol. Oh, so much has happened in a minute. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like there's all sorts of art, just like Sophia is me gassing up my friends. These two are definitely blending in too much. Let's fix that. Have an army of like these cactus towers. Yeah. Cotton candy. Candy, 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 candy. I could eat some cotton candy. Ugh. It's so bad when I'm hungry because all I can think about is food and then I can't concentrate on anything. This is why I should be 50. Yeah, it's like this area in particular is too blended, so we need to sort that out. Yes, Candy is a bop. I love her so much. Oh, is there any speaking of like music, so like I like quite a variety of music. I'm a massive musical fan. Just genuinely obsessed with musicals. So, whose birthday is it in the picture? Not really. It's just like a celebration thing. Could be Prickles. Should we say it's Prickles? Or Plumpkin? We'll say it's one of them too. It was just like a celebratory picture. It can be really construed as that though, like, genuinely. I really love musicals. Oh, Musical Venice? No, I have not. Ooh, that sounds really fun. I really like, I keep listening to the Beetlejuice soundtrack at the moment. One, because Beetlejuice is up there with, like, one of my favourite films. Of course, we've got to stand Fifth Element, because it's fifth gosh darn element. But it's up there with like one of my favourite films anyway, and then it's just like the music is so good and so funny, and it's just, I would have loved to have seen it on Broadway. Hey jokes, begging your pardon. The Six musical soundtrack, yes I have, because my partner really likes it. It's rough on, especially with like musical theatre now. And we were saying like how like the theatre can change to adapt to a newer audience, which is something that I wish they would do, because I don't like I like a huge variety of like different types of things, but you know, I don't have the money to go and see a musical theatre show like every single month like I wish I could. I've not been able to see Hamilton. I would love to go and see Hamilton, but I can't afford that. When I heard they were making a film adaptation, I was like, going, oh, about bloody time. Excuse my French there, but it's you know, it's about fudging time that they did that. But I was saying one thing I would really love for musical theatres to do is they should professionally film a show, because there's so many bootleg copies of musical theatre shows now out there. They should professionally film it. You can put it behind a paywall, pay for people to go and see it in theatre or whatever, but then a bigger audience has a chance to see the musical, and then the musical still gains money from that sale. Like, how many people have missed out on sales of Hamilton, or missed out on like sales for a particular musical that they want to go and see, but unfortunately, you know, they're not able to make it to the theatre, or the theatre doesn't have proper disability access, or isn't exactly, some of them aren't user friendly, unfortunately, or some people have really bad anxiety and can't cope with like crowds of people, and it's just like a way for them to modernise what they're already doing and still make money out of it. I wish they would, but I want to watch Dear Evan Hansen because it's so good. Yeah, I do like the Beetlejuice musical an awful lot. I really, really, my favourite song is it's the one with a crazy Crystal lazy. Crystal, speak to me. What did they say? Buy more crystals. Because that line just cracks me up every single time. Mom, I need a helping hand. Oh, I miss musical theatre. Heathers is meant to be good. Yeah, Castlevania. Do you know, funny you say that. I literally just started watching it's been fairly interesting. Also, I like to lean off my arc, like Mom. I have to stop because I'll demonetization. Yes, I'm not particular. I mean, if you'd asked me when I was like 13, 14, I would have said emo music. I'm so sad that My Chemical Romance are touring and I can't afford the tickets because I would love to see them again. Not seen them since 2004. Oh, the Black Parade tour was so good. Hi, I'm showing my age. But I'm very fortunate to have been able to see like some of the bands that I really, really like. I can't cope with it as much as I used to because crowds really are, they get to me so badly, especially when people are drunk. I can't cope with it. But I love seeing live music, and it makes me really sad that I can't cope with the crowds anymore. Yeah, Heathers and Mean Girls are very, very similar. Like, very, very similar. But they were both released, the films anyway, were released similar times. So it kind of makes sense that their storylines are very, very similar in that sort of, well, no. Heathers was released before Mean Girls, and Mean Girls is kind of loosely based on Heathers, so it kind of makes sense. I am ready for season 2. I am so ready. Right, I'm just gonna go and grab a white gel pen. I'll be right back.
Oh, need to stretch your legs.
Back. Oh, my candle's running low. No. I have a pumpkin smell and candle's really nice. Yeah, I am. I've really enjoyed watching it so far. The first season is a little bit slow, but I never played the game. I always wanted to play the game as a kid, but we didn't have a massive amount of games when I was a kid. So I pretty much played Final Fantasy and Zelda. Like, they were the two games called Breath of Fire. I also played a lot of Baldur's Gate as a kid, and I say kid, teenager, and World of Warcraft. I played that as well. So it's no reason that I got into D&D. See, I can never play music. I can read sheet music, and I can play a little bit of piano from what knowledge is left over, and a tiny bit of ukulele. But I've never been one for playing music. I used to be professionally trained as a singer, because before I was going into art, I was going to do musical theatre. I was a theatre child. In case you can't tell. But no, it's like some days I really miss being on the stage and like the thrill of it and everything that would come with it. And then it's like, no, because I had to really be strict with everything I did and everything had to be controlled. It was like, ugh. No, don't go over and stay in the musician's corner. Come join us. You're being creative and having fun. I think I've still got some pictures of like the stage performances we did somewhere. My favourite was always dressing up in the costumes. I think that's why I enjoy cosplay. Even though I'm terrible at cosplay because I can't make my own costumes. Because sewing machines hate me. They don't like me. It's a theory. They don't like me. I like how I'm doing everything on this side and purposely avoiding that side because it's got so much work and I'm like, ugh. So what's everyone's art goals for the year? And if you don't have art goals, have you got anything that you wish to achieve this year? Anything that you are excited to do? Comment and do some stuff I want to draw. See, that's perfect. Like, setting goals for yourself as well can be reasonable. Like, it doesn't have to be, I must do this by this time and do this, this, and this, and this. It's more like, what do you want to do to achieve, you know, certain things and that. As many conventions as you can. Already got 3 booked. Wow. I can't even think how many have I got booked? I think I've got 4 or 5 booked. I can't remember. I'd have to go through my notebook. I have diaries now to remember things because my brain does not want to remember. Once every 2 weeks, try to get better at it. That's a really good idea. Oh, so the conventions. I am going to be at Doki Doki in Manchester at the end of the year. I'm also going to be at London MCM Expo in May, as well as I'm going to be in SunnyCon Newcastle. Also got definitely got booked the Manga Bazaar in Manchester at the end of thingy. Yeah, and sorry, I jumped around a lot there. My brain remembers things at certain times, like, yes, this one and this one. And they're the ones I've definitely got booked. I've booked down for I've applied for Thought Bubble, but if I get in, that's a whole other matter. Just because, you know, like, it's quite a difficult one to get into, and every year I've applied, I've not gotten in, so I don't hold up my hopes for that one. Zine fair, and I do a lot of books. It would be really nice, but, you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Other conventions, they haven't opened tables up yet, so I don't quite know. Start acting more frequently because I took a long hiatus from it. And oh, honey, oh, Razor Dolly, huge hugs and loves, like, everything for your creative journey. Like, I wish you all the fudging best, because that is a very difficult thing. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I just, like, relax and just do what you can. Are you going to Edinburgh Comic Con? I should be. Tables haven't opened up for that. It's kind of one of those with, like, the MCM Expos. Because they're run by Reed Pop. Tables don't tend to open until, like, 2 to 3 months before the event. And even then, it's kind of, like, hit or miss whether or not you're going to get in. I guess they never miss her. Oh, God, I need to stop. See, these guys look fine. And then I'll come over here and it's just like, these days are birthday. House took forever to rebuild, so does my art supplies. Gotta shoot wood as well. Sorry, stretching. Remember to stretch, people. Oh, God, that was a good stretch. Oh. Oh. Finished artwork for my story. Ooh. Ooh. Well, I hope you can get all that done. Should the balloons have faces on them? Should we get the balloons faces? Going to the one in April. I didn't know there was a con in April. If I'd known, I probably would have asked my friend if she was going. Because I've got 2 beautiful friends who live in Scotland. Yeah, Samsung. Oh, honey. Colour! I thought I would have had this done by now, but I'm getting too distracted. I'm normally quite quick. It's the one thing I am actually very proud of is how fast I can work. It's a blessing, but at the same time it's also a curse because it means I flit around a lot with ideas and then half the things don't get done because I get too impatient. I get impatient colouring in sometimes. I love line work. I never get impatient with line work, but for some reason colouring, I'm just like, can it be done now? Right. These two need more work. I need to stop working on these two and need to work on... Stream's completely frozen for you. Very, very warm. Yeah, it says I'm still live. Huh. 1 sec. Oh, hello. That zoomed in. Jesus. No! That's what the artwork looks like so far. Hi. Hello. Can you see? Is it working again after you've reloaded? I didn't realise you could get that close. Hi. Now you can see what I'm on about. How this looks like really stupid. It might just be that the camera's a little bit warm. Give me a sec. Huh. The camera is very, very warm. Let me know if the stream's is still frozen. I'm here, by the way. Just gonna get a pen and go woo, woo, woo. Is it working now? Yeah? Is it okay for everyone? Please let me know if it's not. It's working. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, okay. To be fair, we've been streaming for like nearly 3 hours, so it might just be that it's lagging because it's having issues. I'm really, I can YouTube doesn't have the best streaming platform. It's okay, but I also don't have the best setup. So, hopefully next time we get to do this, we shall see. I mean, I could easily like stream if I have the setup done properly. I could probably do YouTube live streams once a month. Two bunny things. This is Cap and Gus. Cap and Gus. They're a mixture of a bunny and a cat. So they spring up trees really, really fast. I'm just gonna bring those lines in and just... Ooh. Is it working? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Avatar remake on Netflix. As long as it doesn't end up like the Avatar movie, which we do not speak on, then yeah. To be fair, I'm willing to give it a try because at the end of the day, like Avatar is a fantastic TV series. If you haven't watched it, the animated series is mwah, mwah. So yeah. Oh gosh. Oh. No, I'm willing to give it a try, you know. You never know, something's not great until you try. There's some Netflix adaptations which have been absolutely terrible, but you know, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Do 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 do. I do like Cap and Gus. I need to draw more Mushroom Hunter stuff, but the thing is with the Mushroom Hunter stuff is because the pieces tend to be quite detailed, because a lot of background elements, they take a lot of planning. And previously I didn't have a lot of time to plan them, so there may be one coming this month. Hopefully, if I can get that one done. Oh, I said I'd show you guys some sneaky peeks and stuff, didn't I? So, that one's just a doodle I've been practicing on. It's a technique I've been using with some pens because I really like really deep integrate shading. This is just something I've been playing around with. Don't worry, this is not the draw review in this style. The draw in your style is actually going to be a variation on this piece. So it's going to be a variation of this. It's going to be like a tarot style. just with the blues and the reds, just because it's a really soft colour palette and I absolutely adore it. So it's going to be a variation on this, and this is the moon, well, it's not the moon tarot, it's like the crescent tarot. So that's that one. So hopefully I should have that video up in a few weeks, so you kind of get sneaky peeks in the future. There's lots of really weird stuff in here. Lots of really interesting. Oh, guys, you're getting sneaky peeks before anyone.
Look, it's Lila. Hello. Hello.
There's some other stuff in here that could be easily done for a draw this in your style, but I really felt like the really soft blues and reds would just go so nicely. Oh, it's Darla. She's such a psycho. And just like, a lot of this sketchbook is just really rough drawings, so yeah. That's when I'm thinking like the pastel tones with the black is just so nice. It would just work so beautifully. Plus it'd be a really different palette for me to work with. Like such harsh tones with such pastel tones would look really nice, so we'll see. So the way that's going to work is that the art will go live on my Instagram, and then after a few weeks that's when the video will go live, but by then obviously we've built up a few entries so I can show off what you guys have been up to while I've been doing it. Yay. Bum 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 bum. How does he know you love her? Yeah. After I've done this, which isn't that much longer to do actually, I will stop streaming because I need to go cook and make my tea. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet. That should be interesting. Which jar? There's this one. This is my cup. It says Born to Chase Moonlight. I got that from Ryman's. This is actually from the pound shop. It's from their garden section. I really liked it, so it's like a little cauldron. That's why I like it. Mainly because I know that the stream is like majorly lagging at the moment, and I'm getting a little sleepy. Medication is fun. No, that one is from Enchanted, the film where the princess goes from her animated world into the reality world. It's so much fun. Default to draw when you don't have ideas sitting down to be honest, my default tends to be like D&D characters these days anyway. Tieflings, I tend to draw those quite a bit, just because I really like the forms and stuff. Yeah, I have a weird collection of cups. Is there anything like you guys collect? It just kind of because I collect. There's a few things I collect. I collect art books. I have a lot of art books. Mine is, I really like teapots. I don't have a lot of room, so I don't have as many as I would like, because there's a teapot in Asda at the moment that I really want, which is an Alice in Wonderland style. I'm like, but I have about 8 teapots. I love them. I've got a glass one which I adore, but I really like teapots. Oh dear. Deciding what to bring to conventions. Oh, like what stock wise? Oh, that can be like really difficult. I try and bring a little bit of everything so that it's a variety of it, but sometimes you can't. So I tend to actually change my stock to match the convention. So if it's like a anime manga style convention, I'll take a lot more fan art, which I'm really lacking at the moment, so I will probably do a few bits and pieces. I may do some Animal Crossing stuff. I've got some plans. See, then now they stand out so much better. Then this, then I have like the original art merch, which tends to go with me for like the MCM expos and stuff. So a lot of the fan art stuff does not come with me to MCM expos because they have rules about fan art there. Because I tend to sell in the Comic Village, you can't sell fan art unless you've been licensed by the IP owner to be able to sell it. So unless you've got like written permission from the IP owner, which a lot of people unfortunately do not have that. But like it's one of the down perks of selling in Comic Village. But I like being in Comic Village because I feel like my work belongs there because I have a lot of zines and a lot of original work. Whereas if I was in the dealer section, I feel like I'd be kind of lost. The hardest thing is like stock, knowing how much to take. I always end up taking too much. But then the times that I take too little, I sell out of it. And I'm just sat there going, well, I should have brought more. Plushies. Oh, I used to have a lot of plushies. I've downsized a lot now, which is fun. I can't sleep without a giant pillow. Don't worry. I have a really large dice collection. Those cursed little plastic things just steal my money. Always end up in my basket whenever I'm out of shop. I'm like, oh no. MC Uncommons nearly open up. I don't want to get to an scenario. So the best way to do that is if you ever want to be a part of an MCM Expo is to sign up for tweet alerts with the Comic Village page or the MCM page. I would recommend the Comic Village page if you're looking to get to Comic Village open. Tables tend to open up for the Comic-Cons about 2 to 3 months beforehand. So you kind of like, when they're saying assess, they're kind of like double checking over your work to see whether or not you'd be a suitable fit for it. It's like now, even though I've done it a few times and I've done the Comic-Con a few times, because they now curate it so that they always have fresh people, there could be a chance that I don't get into MCM Expo. That's why I say we'll see if I get it, because I'm not too sure if I will, because it's always an uncertainty. And it's the same with dealers. Like, you've got to be fast with dealers. Conventions can be quite stressful for that sort of aspect because it's always, most of the time, it's first come, first serve, even though it gets curated. So I get really stressed about that. Applying for tables is super stressful. I like plushies. I love plushies. I have a giant cactus one. Like a giant cactus plushie that I really like. Which I got from IKEA. But currently I have a dolphin named Devon who I hug every single night when I fall asleep. But that's mainly because I have to sleep with like my arms propped up a certain way. So how much is the table normally, if you don't mind? Oh, of course I don't mind. So Comic Village tables, depending on which one event you go for, range from 110 to about £132. That's just for the table. If you're looking at dealers, I think dealers now minimum start at 300. 350, I think. I'm not entirely sure because I don't tend to do dealers. Just because like I'm always in Comic Village. But no, should be interesting. I don't mind answering questions about stuff like that. It's not exactly like a state secret. Like, it's not exactly like secretive stuff. Costs with tables and conventions. I never get why people get so secretive with it. Like, yeah, everyone's competition, but at the same time, like, we're all there to help each other and be nice and support each other. Which is why I'm really grateful to be part of some of the groups that I'm in. Even though no one really likes to give away manufacturers for certain things, which is understandable. Just because when that manufacturer gets busier, the quality drops. So it's understandable. As much as I can. Exactly. Yeah, so depending on where you go for conventions is depending on like how much tables are. So London Comic Con isn't the most expensive table, if I'm honest. I think the most expensive art table in the UK is 250, 300 quid. Oh no, that's absolutely fine. I'm so glad that you sat here and listened and watched, and thank you so much. You created some stuff that's fantastic. Thank you. Be sure to like share because I'd love to see what you've been working on. Oh no, I would love a Plant Witch plushie mountain. Just imagine how cool that would be. Ugh. I should have Prickle's body pillows where he's just lay showing his belly so I can squish his belly every single day. And because cats' bellies are really soft and I like them. Yeah, so hopefully next live stream, because I'm thinking about it, I really want to try and do one of these at least once a month. Maybe Sketchbook Sundays live, nice and relaxed, just chill, get some nice chilled music on, and just like draw along and have fun. I'll have like my camcorder properly set up, and hopefully by then we should have new internet, because currently we are changing providers. Kitties do have this list and author. Yes, oh my gosh. I've looked into plushie manufacturing, but it's not cheap at all. Because I really want to get some Prickles plushies made in the future. Yeah, I do a lot of research on things, like for future products and stuff. Especially at work, because I want to do like t-shirts and stuff, but it's like storing it all. As well as getting the funds to be able to create it, because just because it's not cheap to print. Okay, right, almost done. They do have the softest bellies, the bestest bellies. Kitties are so cute. I love them. No, I like it. But normally I like lean over the work and just like go to town on it. So kitties are the best. I like all animals, so all animals are the best. I have a certain like soft heart for really, really big dogs. I love dogs so much. But I really like the really big dogs, the ones that are so huge that they could bury you. Like if they stood up on top and like tried to like push you down, I just like, love them. Absolutely adore them. I live next to a park, so I'm really fortunate that I get to see a lot of dogs every single day. And walking through it is just such a delight when a big dog bounds up to you so excitedly. Oh dear. Animals are better than people. Even though my cat judges me all the time. Where is she? I think she's on the bed. No, it's not mean to say that if you prefer animals. Oh. Timberwolf Shepherd mix. Oh, I bet he was so adorable. I love huge animals, but they need like a lot of space, so it's one of the reasons why I don't have one. I really want. If I could, I'd just have a whole menagerie of animals. Well, let's take a look at the menagerie. Can't announce for now. I really like this piece. I'm really happy with it. It's super cute. This is going to go up on the page. The picture of the full piece is going to go up to the Patreon. It's going to be free for Patreons to download and do with it what they want. And all the stickers. It's been really fun. But no, this. But no, animals are great. I love them. I love them to pieces. I'm just going to throw some watercolor on this because it's been bugging me and I really want to do it. See, I'm the cat mum. My cat prefers me over my partner like 100%. So it's really funny because like she'll only come to me for fusses. I like when you see an animal and like they've got such a personality. Coming out of the bedroom only when someone else is here. She pretends that she doesn't get attention. Sounds like my cat. So Bella is full. Her full name is Bellatrix. She is one of the sassiest cats I've ever owned. So Tatty, when I had him, he was so soft and so gentle. Would only play with me, but I loved that cat to pieces. I was so heartbroken when he passed away. But like, 22 years old, that's an old boy. But no, it's always fun. Like, the cat gets so much attention from me. Yeah. Oh, look at the... See, I don't usually use the colour yellow. It's like one of my least favourite colours. But if I do, paired with black, it's like just such a nice colour scheme. I love it. Oh. Stuffy piles. Oh no, that's too precious. She's like, I need this one, and I need this one, and I need this one. So precious. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the colour yellow. I find it like really difficult to blend. But this year, I am forcing myself to use colours outside of my box because it's super important to stress yourself out. Well, not stress yourself out. It's important to like push out the boundaries and try new stuff. It just pairs so beautifully with black. Like you get like such a nice colour scheme with it. My favourite colour. At the moment it's green. I used to hate the colour green. But at the moment it's like one of my favourite colours. And like a very deep autumnal orange. Like sapphire blue. Really deep blue. No, this isn't from Mushroom Hunters. This is just a random doodle. This was just me playing around with like a pen and just wanting to try out different colours. So our wedding colours, because yes, I am due to get married. I don't have my engagement ring, unfortunately, because it's in the shop, because I am a very accident prone person, so this is just a temporary hold until we get the ring repaired. Our colours are like a cream tone, duck egg blue, and like a very warm toned gold. And like we're doing a very nature inspired, nature meets modernism, sort of to make the best of both worlds. So we're having a lot of like recycled stuff, and it's really cool actually. We've been looking into a lot of stuff and it's super exciting. Oh, thank you. It's one of those, though, weddings are expensive, so we're just saving up for it at the moment. But it's fun because it means I get to design a lot of stuff and have fun with it. Ooh, yeah. That's the thing, like, it wouldn't be our wedding if we didn't have something that represents the both of us. And we're both very equal in our relationship, so it's about showing both our sides, essentially. Full fantasy. Oh, no. Oh, that's so amazing. Actually, there's a friend of mine recently got married, and they had like a fantasy themed wedding, and like, oh my god, it was gorgeous. It's like they had a D&D cake. It was so cool. Turquoise, like a turquoisey sea green. The little puppeteer marionette. But no. God, I can tell I'm tired. My words aren't coming out properly. Downsides. No. Yes, please. Silver.
Sword. You gotta have a sword.
Oh my god, that'd be so mint. Get married in a forest. Living my druidic fantasy. That's too bright. You don't ever write yourself off. Marriage isn't everything. The only reason why me and my partner are thinking about it is because we've been together for 14 years this year. Love pretty things. I know, I love pretty things. I've already found my dress. I need some tissue because I overwent on that section. I am losing daylight. Oh no, thank you so much, Annette. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the whole, I'm trying to think, I was like a circus like idea. I get ideas in my head and then I can't like stop until I execute them. So this is kind of one of those. This would be a very good for like a D&D inspired circus. Oh no. Oh no, plan. Oh no, plan. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You guys better not be listening because I have a plan now. Not anyone else watching the stream. I'm talking about my D&D players. I have a plan. Oh, oh no, Circus of Horrors. I know. Oh no, it'd be so good. Oh, I'm gonna have to write all this down. The Tabaxi Jester. Yeah, it'd be so good. Like like it looks like what?
No.
Circus. Yeah, like a horror circus, like with magical creatures and just right, we'd have a field day. All right. Okay, so I think I am done. Done. Devil's Carnival. No, I haven't. I have to put it on my list. So, this is the final art. It's only because we're losing daylight and I don't have daylight bulb on. I was going to be knife throwing tabaxi. You still can be. Backup character. So, I'm going to have to thank you all for joining me on the stream. I genuinely really appreciate it, and thank you for supporting me all this time with my work. I 100% appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I like it. My words aren't coming out properly, but I can't thank you all enough because it's just been so much fun. So if you are interested in the Patreon, I'll leave a link again for you so that you can certainly check it out. This is like art for the Patreon, and it's to celebrate that the Patreon finally launched. And thank you for talking with me while I sit and art. The video, it will go up on Thursday, not this of course, but this live stream, the video should save, so hopefully we'll get all that done. My voice is going. But no, thank you so much, honestly. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Keep drawing, have a wonderful time doing what you do, and as always folks, stay creative. Have a lovely day guys. Thank you so much. Bye.